and you might just go and like copy and paste, or like whatever, just do it anyhow for me and bring it for me. And that is not what I want. I want you to actually do it and understand it. Um, so before I even go ahead, I want to ask, did I ever talk about inbuilt modules in Python and then external libraries and all? Let me just share a video with you actually. So okay.
If you follow the previous sections of the course, then you have come a long way. So you now know the fundamentals of Python. You know how to solve fundamental problems. For example, let's say you wanted the number of characters of this string. So you have methods and you have functions that you can use. So for methods, you can search with dir, str, ut, the bunch.
I'm going to be playing like 4 videos, right? And they are short, like 5 minutes videos to just show us what Python modules are, internal modules, built-in modules, standard Python modules, third party modules, and yeah, basically those three. So just note that there are built-in modules in Python, then there are standard Python modules, and then there are also third-party modules. So as as you watch the videos, you understand more.
Of methods here that could be applied to strings, and then you can see functions, built-in functions. For example, the len methods would be handy here. It would return the number of characters for the pi string, which is 6. Now, all these here, so these functions and the string methods, they are all built in. So these are methods and functions that are written inside the Python software that you download and install from python.org. So that software is written in C language. Therefore, these methods and functions are also written in C language. And as you see, these names here are available immediately in your Python interpreter. That means they are built in, they are inside that interpreter. And you can just call them without importing them. Now, what if we had some other problems like, let's say, you see the script here. What this script is doing is, it's a loop, it's a while loop. So while true, which means it will run forever. So what it does is it's reading this file, vegetable.txt, in the files directory, which happens to be the same directory with basics.py. So that is the path of the file. And this text file contains a string. And so I'm reading it under this variable. And
Sorry, I don't know what just happened. My screen stopped sharing. So if you can see my screen, just raise your hand.
printing out the contents in here. So if I execute this file, you're going to get the content printed out every split of a second, and which depends on your processor speed, on your computer processor speed. Now, what if we don't want this to happen every split of a second? What if you want to read the content every 10 seconds? Well, let me interrupt this with Ctrl+C. You'd soon realize that you don't have any built-in function that does that, that implements some sort of sleep methods in your script. So there's no function that you can use right away. In that case, you may want to look for built-in modules. To do that, please use this syntax. Import sys, which stands for system, and sys built-in module names. And here you'll get a list of modules, built-in modules, so modules that are built in, again, in the Python software. So let's use one of them, time.
All right. um. So instead of us just watching and watching and watching um the video, right? I just thought that we can also walk along with what the guy is doing so that I mean it's not as if we're just watching a video and so that we are very sure that okay, this is possible and that is working and that is not working. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my terminal, and today we're going to work on a project, right? Now I don't know which project we should work on first. It's just basically like going through the project. So anyone at all, it doesn't matter. So what I think we'll work on first should be the dictionary project because I know I've been promising you guys that a lot. So we'll do the dictionary project and then maybe we'll do the tic-tac-toe project. So I think today we're just going to take the dictionary project. Um, I'm trying to open up my terminal so that we'll try out um what this guy is saying. Now I do not know how I'm going to kind of split my screen so that we we would be seeing both my screen, both my what do I call it, my VS code and the video itself. But anyways, we can work with this. So let me try what this guy is doing, right? For you to, so what he's doing here is he's working on the Python shell. If you see these three forward arrows, it means that it's on the Python shell, right? It's on the shell, it's on the Python shell. Um, okay, so before I continue, I'm going to do something. All right, let me try and put this on our virtual environment. How do I even do that? Okay, script activate.bat. So I'm just going to do then slash script slash this should do it. And I guess by now we are running on our virtual environment. Sorry, give me a second. This thing that I'm going to use here. Friend is hold on. I'm trying to make sure that we are working on our virtual environment. But anyway, Sha, let me just go on ahead. So let me clear again. Whether your virtual environment or not, you can work anywhere. But I just want to try and make sure that it's on the virtual environment. Reason being because I don't want to be importing anything anywhere, anyhow on my PC. I got it now. I don't know why this thing is acting funny. Okay, this is how we get on our virtual environment. And I guess I should be on my virtual environment now. Even if this whole my Porsche doesn't have a way of telling me that I am currently on the virtual environment. Okay. Now it's working. All right. So I guess it's working here too, regardless. So for you to run your Python script, I think you just do Python. Yes. So as you can see, you just type Python, and then you go into your shell. Now, everything you're writing here is Python. It should be Python because like Python is expecting that this is like a Python file, so it runs immediately, just like Jupyter Notebook, basically. So I'm just going to do. We can do it here. We can do it on our shell, and we can also do it on a Jupyter Notebook. Anyway, I think it works the same. So We're going to just follow him. And what he did was he imported this SYS import system. I think it means system. So let's just do import SYS, right? When you've imported SYS, then you do SYS dot built-in module names, right? So we'll do SYS dot built is it built in? Yeah, actually no what right. Built in module names. All right. So if you run this, you should have this, and this is like the names of the modules that Python has built in, right? These are the built-in modules. I won't call them libraries, but yeah, they're not libraries. Libraries are mostly external modules, but these are built-in modules, like internal modules that comes with Python itself. Instead of doing this here, let me just do it here actually. Let me see. And as you can see, you can know automatically that this SYS is a built-in module. Okay. So instead of us even using shell, we can use this. So these are the modules that Python has built in, but it's not even printing everything for us. So let's try and print everything. All right. So these are the names of every module that Python has. It has iterators, error number, zlib, cmat, these built-ins, bind, scli, and all that. Right. So I don't want to jump anything. Let's just
The
follow
way you
this
use
guy.
it is by importing the module name. And then again, you can use it here to see what you have for that module.
All right. So he's just basically showing you how you use a particular inbuilt module. Just like we did here, right? We did import sys, right? So for you to use what did you use here? For you to use set time, for example, I'm looking for time here. Where is it? 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 Okay, time. Right. For you to use this time module that is built in Python, you have to import it. You always have to import all your modules to use them. So we import time, and then we go okay, so he goes like there. Like this is so that we can know like the kind of functions or the kind of built-ins that time has. So as you can see here, he has sleep. He has other functions too, right? So we
For
can
example, here you see we have a sleep method. Use help to see how to use that particular method. So it says that it gets the seconds as argument. So let's try it. Time.sleep, let's say 3, 1, 2, 3, and so what time.sleep does, it sleeps the script execution for a particular amount of seconds, 3 in this case. That means we can implement that in this script. It's a good practice to import modules in the first line of the script, and then use that module in your script wherever you need it. In this case, what you want to do is, let's suppose this vegetables.txt file is being generated on our server every 10 seconds. So let's say a software in the server is getting this data from somewhere and it's writing a new content every 10 seconds. For example, now it's tomato, later it's going to be garlic, 10 seconds after that it will be onion, and so on. So we're getting new content every 10 seconds. So we want to print out the content on the file and then have the execution sleep for 10 seconds. Now I'm going to save the script, go to the command line, execute it. So you get tomato right away. Now if I change this to onion, let's say the software changed it, and save, click save, An onion was printed out there after 10 seconds. If I change it to garlic, save. Wait a few seconds. Garlic is printed out there. So every 10 seconds, the script is fetching the data from vegetables.txt and printing it out on a command line. So, Control C to interrupt it. This is how you use a module. Now, not everything is built in your Python interpreter software. Some things, actually many of them, come in a different form that I'm going to explain in the next lecture. Previously, you learned that you...
Before we continue this video, let me just go over what he did. So basically, there are built-in modules in Python. One of them is the time module, right? And the time module has this particular built-in function called sleep. So what sleep does, basically, you can even do this. You can even find out by doing. No, so it's help. So sleep seconds, right? Delays execution for a given number of seconds. The argument may be float point number for sub-seconds precision. So since we know that it delays execution for a given number of seconds, say I want to print. So we're actually going to use this while true loop. We're going to use this while true loop. And you know what the while true loop does? It basically runs whatever it's inside every milliseconds, every as tiny as possible, milliseconds or microseconds. I think in milliseconds. So if I do print, all right, don't mind the sentence that I put here, but so if I want to use this, I think funny enough, okay, so if I want to use this sleep module, right? I will just, because I don't want to print this, if I run this now, it's going to be printing this guy, it's going to be printing this every millisecond or every microsecond. So what I want to do is sleep, okay, time.sleep, and I want to wait for let's just say 5 seconds, right? If I run this now, you'll see that every 5 seconds it is going to run my print guy, right? Can you see it's past? It's, if you're looking at this what's it called, this stuff running here, right? Can you see it is? So when it is 15 now, it's going to print. When it gets to 20, it's going to print. Reason being because we are doing it every 5 seconds. So if I put if I put 10 seconds, you're going to see that it's going to print it every 10 seconds. So when this gets to 10.0s, it's going to print our sentence for us. Can you see when it got to 10, it printed it for us? So basically, this is the function of this. This is what this sleep function does. And most of you might think, oh, you can kind of create this kind of function. Yeah, I think it's kind of possible because yeah, this one too was kind of written by somebody. But then yet again, you have this very nice built-in module called time that does all that for you. So I'm going to stop that, and yeah, that's the first one. Let's just continue watching the videos. This time around, we're going to look at standard modules in Python. Yeah.
Could get a list of Python built-in modules using sys.built-in module names. As an example, we use the time module, which would freeze the script execution for a particular amount of seconds. Now let me show you something. I'll execute the script, onion will be printed out because it's there in the vegetables.txt file. However, if I now delete this file, you'll see that the next time the script checks for the files vegetables.txt path, so that's a file path, it's going to generate an error, file not found error, no such file or directory. So imagine you had this program running on a server 24/7, and for some reason the software that was generating these files, at some point it doesn't generate the file, so your script execution will end. And maybe in a minute your software will start to generate the files again, but your Python script will not resume because it got an error here. So what we want to do, we want to keep executing the Python script even when the file is not in the directory there. To do that, we want to make use of the OS module. Import OS, and you're going to notice that OS is not among the built-in Python modules. Indeed, OS is a module written in Python. All these modules are built-in, which means they are written in C language inside the Python software implementation. OS is not one of them. To find out where OS is staying, you can use OSS.prefix. You're going to get a directory path there, which could be different depending on what operating system you are using. So please navigate to that directory. I prefer to go there directly by copying it without the quotes. So copy everything without the quotes. Like that. Go to your command line terminal, and if you are on Windows, use start and paste the directory there. And then press enter. If you are on Mac or Linux, use open instead of start and paste the directory again. Press enter. That will open your Windows Explorer or Finder, whatever you have to open folders. So that the 3.7 folder that you see in here, and then go to lib, double click, then find the folder Python 3.7 or whatever version you have. So Python 3 point something. Double click it, and here you'll see a number of Python files. .py. These are all Python files. These are all standard Python modules, and OS is among them. Go to O here. Double click it or open it with whatever you use as a text editor, and you'll see that this is actually Python code. Make sure to close it before changing it. So don't modify Python standard modules. So I'm going to close it, and you can use dir actually to see what you have available for that module. So among them, for example, I'm going to use the path object. So with os.path, and path has a method called exist. The exist method gets an argument, which should be a string, and it's supposed to be the path of the file you want to check if it exists in the current directory. So let's write the directory path to the file, and I get false because the file was not in the current directory. If I go there and create that file inside the files folder, so now I have a files/vegetables.txt file path. If I execute that again, I'm going to get true. And we can make use of that fact in our Python program. So what we want to do is, before
All right. Samuel, are you still there with me?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes,
So I was just thinking about it now that if you continue watching this video, we might end up not doing anything today. Basically, I said I was going to find a way to upload this maybe I'll upload these particular videos, because if I'm uploading the whole file, it's very, very large. So I'll find a way to upload those 4 videos for you guys so that you can watch, and I'll send the link. Um, but yeah, so with that being said, I'm still going to send the video, but let me just explain a little bit. There are three kinds of modules, right? Let me open something that I might not open this. So there are three kind of modules, right? There are built-in modules. As you can see, this is a video for built-in modules in Python. There are standard Python modules, and then there are third-party modules. So example of the built-in modules we saw was the time built-in module. That's a built-in module. The standard Python module, an example was OS, and there are other examples. You can go online and check, right? For third-party modules, an example I can tell you is pandas, right? That pandas is an example of a third-party modules. So basically, these two comes with Python, right? But this is like it's in the Python shell, right? This is with the Python shell with the whole script and all. But then this comes with, sorry, the standard modules comes with the whole Python package. Do you get? They're like files, and the files are like maybe classes or functions, yes, in Python. But then they come with the whole package. Do you get? These ones outside Python, what is it called? Is it package or SDK? Yes, it's outside Python SDK. It's usually yeah, most of them you have to install from, you have to install with pip rather. Yes. So basically, and we're going to be using a lot of these third-party libraries. That is why they are generally called libraries anyway. But yeah, modules, generally called modules, but you call them libraries at the same time. So the reason why I said let us understand the way they can it's these three different kinds of modules is because we're going to be using them in the next exercises that we're going to be doing. Now for our first project that we're going to do, which is the, let me just open it up. This is right here. Although yes, it's a bunch of videos, but then I don't think I'm going to bore you with the video. I can send you guys the video. But what we're going to do basically is
Hi
what
and
we're going to do
welcome to this
basically is
new
we're going to
section
follow the
of the course.
videos.
And this section starts the real deal.
Okay. We're just going to follow the videos to, you know, create our own it's not like create our own, but yeah, we're going to follow the videos to create the Python project. um I wish everybody had the video already, or maybe I should get you guys the video. I think that's what I'll do. So I'll cover what I can cover today, but then mm, today, hold on. Okay. I will upload it after the class. Actually, I don't want to use the class time to be uploading videos. Okay, so basically, let's just go on ahead. I don't even know if I should use this. I want to use PyCharm for the main project here. So I'm just going to close my VS Code now because VS Code is very large and my laptop is not as very strong. So I'm going to open up my PyCharm. So I don't even think we'll be able to like cover very much today. I'm just going to be coding and you guys code along with me, and I'm going to be explaining too. But like I said, I don't think like I'll be able to cover very much like that, sha. But let's just go on ahead and see. So either you're using VS Code, PyCharm, anyone, it doesn't really matter. All you need is just a Python file like we've created in VS Code before. You can write, you can even go on repo and decide to write your program on repo. So anywhere you're writing your program is not really a big deal. We might be needing some files, and I'm going to send Mm, where's this file? There's a file we need to download.
Hi and welcome to this new section of the course. And in this section starts the real deal. So in this section, we're going to develop the first application of the course. Until now, you went through the basics of Python. You
All right, let's just hold on for my file to open up, my project to open up. And I'm trying to get a data source. All right, just in time, Olumide. There's Olumide here with us. All right. Olumide, welcome. You just joined us right in time. So if you're with us now, just open up your PyCharm or VS Code or Replit, any software or any IDE rather that you like to um work with. So I'm not going to do it. Should I run? Okay, let me just do it on main.py. No, I don't want to do it on main.py. Let me just create a new. I'm just going to create a new folder. And then I need to get that JSON. There's a particular JSON data we need to get. Okay, so if you're on your PyCharm, just left click, create a new Python file, and we're going to call it what should we call it? Sorry, give me a second. So you guys just try and open up your PyCharm. I'll get back to you now. I need to get a JSON. There's a particular file that we need, so I need to get it so that we'll continue. All right, I guess you guys are back with me. So I'm just going to call these let me just say English. So let me just say dictionary app.py, right? All right. Okay. So I'm just going to call this dictionary app.py. Um I don't get. So we're going to need this JSON file. And for you guys to follow up with me, what I'm going to do is I'm trying to save the file somewhere. Or should I just, okay, new, let me just create a new directory called dictionary app, right? All right. So in this dictionary app, I'll create the first file, and that will be it will be a Python file. It will be, let's say, app.py. And also in this app.file, we're going to need this. Okay, well, this is not moving. I actually wanted to just copy that. So I'm going to try and get the file for you guys. Or I don't understand. Can't I copy and paste this? Okay, guys, let me just try and upload the file, okay, so that everybody can access the file. Extract all. So how should I send this file to you guys? Okay, I have it now. Why is this not? Okay, you know what? Copy, yeah, paste. All right. So basically, it's a JSON data, right? It's a basic JSON data. It's too much. It's too large. Very, 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 very large. Can you guys see? It's very, 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 very large. And I can't say I should copy everything and send to you guys via WhatsApp or something. That won't make sense. So I'm just going to, I need you guys to get that file now. So I'm just going to um open my, let me open my Google Drive. I'll upload the file to Drive and send you guys the link now so that you can download it. Where is it? Where is Google Drive? All right. I hope you guys are set. All right. I'm uploading the file. So once it's done, I'm going to send you guys the link. And please remind me after this class, I have to upload those videos so that you guys will sit down and watch them on your own. You can even walk through it, then we'll just skim through. And trust me, it's not going to be long. I mean, the whole project is not actually long. We can do it within the hour. Why is this thing taking time to set up? Okay. All right, let me check. Okay. So where is it? Jason. All right, so you guys should check the link first. How do I share? Share. So just download the file from Google Drive, right? And put it into your project. But remember, all you need to do is just probably just open a. Let me delete this. All right. So I've dropped the link now. So you guys should click that link and download the file and put it into your project. If you've done that, please let me know. So if you've done that, please let me know. Um, yeah, so that we can continue. Just raise up your hand if you have downloaded the file. Are you guys there with me? So I'm about to start. Hi guys. Okay, I'm going to start anyways because I'm recording the class. So first thing we want to do is we want to import this JSON module. You can go online and check about the JSON Python module. Basically, it's a module that handles JSON should I say objects? Yes, handles JSON objects. If you don't know what JSON is JavaScript object notation. Yes, I think I'm very correct. That's the full name of JSON. It's a short form of JavaScript object notation. And basically is always a dictionary, right? Um a sample JSON is something like this, right? It's always like this. I'm very sure most of us know what JSON is. Um so this is the way a sample JSON is, right? Something like this. Do you get? So this is the way it is. In JSON, this is an object now. Do you get? You can have something like this. You can have something like this. It's like Python dictionary, but then it's not exactly so. Uh, what am I doing? So yeah, this is the way it's always look. It always has the key and then the object, right? The key and the object. So in this case, this person is a key and then this is the object of the person, if you understand. So basically, our dictionary is in our dictionary data, right? Is in form of JSON, as you can see. It has abandoned industrial site, right? Then it has a list of the meaning of abandoned industrial sites. This is the first meaning. Okay, it's just one. Okay, this is the only meaning it has, right? And then abandoned vehicle, it has a vehicle that has been discarded in the environment, blah 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 blah. It has one, okay, it has one meaning of that too. So basically everything here is in form of JSON, right? Everything here is in form of JSON. um yeah, so that's what we're going to be working on. So first thing we want to do is import JSON. Then we'll say data is equal to JSON. That's the JSON we imported. dot, I say dot load, dot load. As you can see, when you're using PyCharm, it's it's very helpful. Before I continue, if you just open your PyCharm project and you were not in some classes, some previous classes, yeah, for you to for you to run your Python project, right? You can run your file normally by entering the terminal and writing your, your whatever, you can write Python app.py and it will run it for you. But then if you want to use this play function, this run tool that PyCharm offers, you have to configure. So you just hit edit configurations or create configuration or something like that, basically. So you create a new configuration, right? And you name it main or any name, basically. In fact, let me create a new one. Can I create a new one? Oh, I can't create a new one. Oh, I can. So I'm just going to create a new configuration, add a new configuration, a pipe. So you just create a new configuration, click this add new configuration here. You click a Python configuration and then you name it. Here I'm going to name it dict app. Just say dict app, right? Um and I'm going to choose the Python interpreter is going to be the virtual environment, right? Our virtual environment. It's automatically selected it for you. So basically just leave it the way it is, don't touch it. If it's not selected, then you go to your virtual environment, go to your virtual environment for the particular project and select it. Then you're also going to have to choose, I think, working directory. Let me see. Yeah, you're going to have to, okay, not working directory. You're going to have to choose your script path, right? And your script path for this particular app, for the dictionary app, will be
I don't
that
know why they put
app.py, because that's the script that we want to run. Sorry. Okay, so
Baba, calm
you're going to
down.
select the app. You're going to select the app.py, right? That is the script that you want to run. And then yes, I think that is all. I think that is all.
Calm.
No, I think that's all for now.
Wait.
Okay, so with this
Wait now.
now,
I don't. Why you too they confuse me? Wait, no, no, change it now.
Samuel.
No, no, bring the charger.
All right, sorry. So with this now, we can go on. So what's going to happen basically is when I run this, it just runs my code for me. So let's continue. So in here, we're going to load our data.json. And I might even do let's print. What's wrong with this? String instead. I don't get. Oh, I have to open the file. So I'm going to load this file, and for me to load that file, I have to do this open. And you know what open is? Open is to open a file, basically. And I'm going to do beta.json. As you can see, PyCharm is literally doing everything for me. So I'm going to write a function, right? Name of the function will be, should I say translate? Yes, translate, right? And we're going to translate the word, and we're going to actually return data. But let me write first, and then I'll explain what I have written. Um, No, it's not. Nice mistake. Okay, it's going to be this, and then aha. Let me show you guys something. One extra thing I want to show you, please pay attention, is there's this thing called this is the reason why I actually always advise us to use PyCharm. There's this thing called PEP 8. I think it's called guidelines. It's basically like a guideline for you to write your code, your Python code, right? You guys can go and read about it. Just like JavaScript and every other languages have their should I call them checkers, or yes, I think they're like checkers basically. They help you write your clean code. They help you format your code. I think they are formatters basically. Yes, they help you write solid codes. In the case of Python, it's the formatter, or the standard formatter for Python is called PEP. I think PEP, PEP 8, as you can see here. Um, and that is what what's it called? That is what's this app called? PyCharm uses to format your file for you. So as you can see here, there's not an error, but just like a misformat, right? So I'm just going to reformat the file, and you see that you just have to leave two spaces before you write a definition. So I'm just going to come out. Okay, I'm just going to come out, and maybe first of all do word is equal to input. Okay, I'm going to ask the user for their input. I think that's what we do first. So we can be like enter word, enter word. Just hold on. I'll explain when I am done. Tell me you have to do it twice now. It's crazy. Okay, so we're going to print. So we're going to print the meaning of that word, and that will be translate the name element. What now? Okay, still no. So we're just going to call this translate word, right? Okay. All right. So here, this guy, I don't know why it's giving us this error, but let's just use W to represent word. All right. So basically, let me just show you guys the simple thing I've done here. This data, right? I can print it for you, but I don't want to do that because it will be too long. Basically, if I print this data, it's just going to print this whole file. It's just going to show us this whole thing, right? It's just going to print everything because that's what I did. I converted, not like I converted the whole file to JSON, or like I read, or let me say load rather. Let me just use straightforward English. So basically, I'm loading this file and I'm calling it data, right? Now, I'm creating this function called translate, right? And it takes in a word, right? And it returns data. It returns data. What do I call this? Square bracket word in JSON form for you to access a. Okay, let me go back to this JSON that I did here. Let me say. Just want to show you name, right? That's those. So in JSON, let's say this whole thing now, let me say it's equal to, or no, let me just say, in Python, it's a dictionary, right? but I cannot call it a dictionary, so I'll rather call it sample. So, in Python, this is a dictionary. So, this is a dictionary, right? For me to access this value, I have to call this key. And to access that, in fact, let me show you this in, oh, I've closed my Jupyter notebook. Let me just do this here then. I want to show you, for me to access, I'll just say sample name. Right? So if I run this particular main file now, as you can see, it's returned the I hope you guys are following me. So what I did here was I call this sample, right? Here, sample, and I'm slicing. This is like slicing, but for you to get the value, you have to call the key. Do you get? This is the key of this error store. So when I call the key, it returns the value for me, as you can see. So if I call name, sample name, it returns error stores for me. All right. So with that being said, I hope we understand. So what is going on here is that I take the word and I say data.the word. So when I call the word, it returns whatever the meaning of the word is, right? So let's just try this out first and see. So if I'm to run this file, sorry, I'm to run this file. Let me go back here. So if I'm to run this file, you ask me enter your word, and I say rain. As you can see, right? I hope you guys are following me. So I entered the word rain, and it returns the what do I call it? It returns the meanings of this rain. That is the value basically in JSON form. But then you know that this is in form of a list, so it returns the whole list for me, right? And what is returning is the meaning of rain, which is precipitation in the form of liquid water, blah 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 blah, like that. So let's say this has two meanings, right? So let's say, for example, I want the first meaning. I always want the first meaning. I'm going to slice it by 0, right? And if I run this again and I type rain, it's going to return the first one for me, as you all can see here. Now, what is going on here basically is I'm asking the user for their input and I'm printing this function. And this function basically is returning the meaning, right? Do you guys understand? It's returning the meaning for me. So I want you guys to try this out. It is very, very short. If you have downloaded the file, the data.json file, I want you to try it out. It can be on VS Code, it can be anywhere. If you're using it on maybe Replit or something, if you're doing it on maybe Replit or something, you have to export. Is it export? You have to upload this JSON.py data.json file to your workspace basically. So if you guys are following me, please, I want you to like share your screen. Please, at least somebody should share their screen. If you're not viewing with your laptop, you can just I don't know, camera, so that I'll make sure that everybody's following basically, because I'm not actually going to come back here. We're going to do a lot, and I'm not coming back to like explaining all this and that. Okay, I'm waiting for you guys. Oh. All right, so let's start with our Olumide. So you can unmute yourself. Just share your screen. Or is it camera, anything? Basically, let's just know where you are. I just want to make sure that you guys are following and you are doing what I'm doing. and you are getting the result I am getting. I don't want it to be like, oh, I didn't follow you that time, but when did my own, I did not get what you got. So I don't want to hear that. But if you're okay, so basically, if you're getting what I'm getting, okay, Olumide is sharing his screen. Very nice. All right. You're using VS Code. Okay, that's great. I can't even see. Okay. All right. For now, there are some words that you write that it will crash, right? If you write, I don't know, there are some things that you write basically that is just going to crash. But then that's the reason why we are writing the code. Thank you very much, Olumide. That's the reason why we are writing the code. So, where is he? Oh, he has gone. Okay, I wanted this guy Samuel to share his screen, but basically he has gone. All right, so when Samuel comes, probably get him to share his screen. All right, so let's continue, anyways. Um, so now we've done this. I think so. The next thing I want to do is return the first. No, we're going to actually return each of the word. I don't want us to return the first word because for here now. Okay, is that you, Olu? Okay, Samuel, you can share your screen, please. Samuel, you can share your screen.
This yes, I'm using my system is not connecting. My system is
But
not
are you
connecting.
getting it? Are you?
Yeah, I'm
It's
following
not
up,
connecting like how?
but I'm not doing what you are
Okay,
doing.
but you're getting it.
Yes,
You're not doing what I'm doing.
yes, sir. My system is not connecting. So what it will connect and disconnect. I don't know why.
Okay, okay. I think I kind of get you. All right, no problem. Like I said, I have the videos, so maybe after the class, I'll drop the videos for you guys, and they are short videos, anyways. So let me just continue anyway. So let me see. So we would want to check, right, for the words that. Oh, sorry. You know what? Hmm. All right. So the next thing we want to do now is, for now we're returning, we're just returning the word. So let me run this again and say bad guy. I guess it doesn't have. Okay. So as you can see, it doesn't have the word bad guy. So immediately what it does is it throws an error, right? Saying that, oh, you're trying to print something I do not have. It's not even giving us a reasonable let me still return a list. It's not giving us a reasonable error in fact, right? So in the cases of words that don't exist in in the cases of words that don't exist in our JSON data.json file in our dictionary, basically, this is our small dictionary. In the cases of words that don't exist, what we are going to do is we're going to check if the words are actually in the dictionary. So before we even return, we're going to do if w in data, right? That's when we're going to return this if it is there. Now, if there's nothing there, if it's not there, sorry, else there's nothing there, we're going to return Remember, this is a function and this function is being called here, so we have to always return. So we're going to just return a small word saying the word doesn't charm literally checks everything, spelling, every goddamn thing. I mean, doesn't okay, the word doesn't now I have to use double quotes. Okay, the word doesn't sorry, I'm very bad at typing. So just write this if else statement to check that the word actually exists or not. Please double check. Stop. Right. Okay, so basically, with doing this, what we're expecting is that when Python does not have that particular word that the person is asking for in the data, right? In our dictionary, let's say you're trying to look for a word that is not in our dictionary. Instead of it crashing, it's going to tell us, okay, guy, this word doesn't exist, right? Please double check it. So let's try that now. Bad guy. So as you can see, instead of it crashing, is returning this. Oh, the word doesn't exist. Please double check it. Let me customize this. Oops. Oops. No word like that here. Don't mind me. I just like making fun out of coding. Uh, what nice emoji can go with this thing? Mm, should I put this one? Basically, that's if it works. Someone wants to join. Okay. I think Ola is trying to share with his other laptop or something. So let me just try this. Oh, come on again. Let me just run this again, and I'll do that. Okay. Ola, if you want to share, you can share your screen. So basically, you can see, oops, this word doesn't, no word like that here. Please double check it. All right. Instead of the app crashing, it returns this for us. Um, what else? What else is wrong in this place? Okay. Now, if I check for, you remember we check for rain, right? You guys see rain. We check for rain and it works, right? It returns this for us, right? What if, I mean, this person doesn't know and is like, oh, I don't even know what if it is in all uppercase or lowercase, but anyways, I want rain. So it is writing, I'm searching for rain, but then it's still telling me it can't find the word. The reason why is because if you look at this, our JSON file, everything is literally in small letter. You cannot find any uppercase. All our words are in small letters, as you can see, small letters, small letters, small letters. Everything is small letters. So what we're going to do is, instead of returning, oh, we can't find the word, when the word is actually there but in smaller letter, we're going to whatever the user inputs for us, we're going to take it to lowercase, right? So we're going to do different ways you can do this. We can say w dot. Let me just see. There's a way he did his own. Let me just see if this will work. Let me just see if this will work. There's a way he did his own. Oh, this is crashing. What am I thinking about? Okay. Let me see the way you did this one. Okay, okay, okay. I see. So what we're going to do is we're going to say Control X. Yes, this is W. I hope you guys are still following. This is his word. We're going to reset it, right? So we're going to say his word, right? Which is from here. You know, here it will be rain in capital letter, right? So this will still be rain in capital letter. We're now setting it to be rain dot lower. So when it comes here, it will be in lower letters. Let me run this now and do rain. All right, so as you can see, I put it in, sorry, I put it in all caps and it's still returning my meaning for me, right? What if I mean, I don't, I just, what if you do this rain mixed with small letter and capital letters all together? What should happen? It should still return um the same, the meaning for you, right? All right. Give me a second. All right. Like I said, it's very short, very straightforward. Now, one more error or one more backslashes that this our project or our app has is that if I want to check for rain and I'm like, oh, rain, let me see, I do a mistake in the spelling, right? I do a mistake in the spelling and I mistakenly go ahead and I do rain with triple N, whether be it small letter or in capital letter, you know that cases don't matter anymore. And I press enter. It's telling me it cannot find the word rain, or you can't find the word rain with three N's, right? So what we want to do here is that we want to write our project in the same in a way that even if you kind of make a mistake, right, it will kind of detect it and like it will be like, oh, okay, we see what you are trying to ask us here. You know, in this point, any normal human being will know that, oh, this person is actually trying to write rain. Do you get? Even if the person wrote rain. Okay, I have to rerun it. Okay. Even if the person wrote rain, right? Even if the person wrote rain, yes, it's a mistake. Okay, there's actually a word called rain. Let me do this. I want to get that rain itself. So let's say rain. I'm just like looking for errors, possible errors. Here, you're probably trying to write the word rain as an RAIN, but then you just made a mistake by putting this E. Now, Python, obviously, our program for now is not very smart to detect that. Oh, you're actually trying to um, find the meaning of the word RAIN, right? So what we're going to do now is we're going to find a library that will kind of help us to do that functionality, right? So we are actually going to import the what do you call it? And it's a Python standard library actually, so you don't need to do external import. Yes, it's a Python standard library. It is called difflib. I think it's called difflib. So let's just check our Python console, right? And I do import. So basically in PyCharm, this is like that console that I opened. I told you anytime you see these triple slashes, triple forward arrows, they mean like Python shell. Yeah, console or shell, anyways. So if I do import difflib, I'm gonna read about difflib. Um, where did it go? What happened? So if I do dir if right. So if I do, so basically we're going to use this built-in is a standard module, right? So we're going to do, okay, Olumide, before you came, I was explaining to Samuel about some modules that we have in Python. So there are three major types. There is the built-in modules, there's the standard modules, and then there's the external, or let me say third party modules, right? I'll send 4 videos actually. I will download them, I'll upload them to Google Drive, and I will send the link to you guys so that you can watch the videos. So those videos basically explain everything about modules that we need to understand. This here is a standard Python module. You guys can also go and read about it. It's a standard Python modules. That means it comes with Python, right? And part of the functions, should I say functions, of part of the whatever it has, right, is this sequence matcher thing. And we're going to see what this sequence matcher does in a bit. In fact, let me do help. So let me do help if lib dot c, yeah. So wow, it's too much. So as you can see, it says that where should I start from? No, let me start from where you guys can understand. Um, okay, class sequence matcher built-in, right? Sequence matcher, blah blah blah. So sequence matcher is a flexible class for comparing pairs of sequences of any type, so long as the sequence elements are hashable. The basic algorithm predates and is a little fancier than an algorithm published in the late 1980s by Ratliff and Obershell under blah 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 blah. You guys can really read about this. So sequence matcher tries to compute a human-friendly difference between two sequences. So from the problem we're having, you can see how I'm trying to like solve our issue here, right? Let me close this. So like I said earlier, we have this mistaken word, and we're actually trying to get the actual word. So these are our mistake, rain, and we're trying to get to rain, right? As you can see. So we're going to use that sequence matcher to kind of, you know, tell us that, okay, guy, you gave me rain, but I think you actually meant rain. Do you get? So let me just go on. It's actually very interesting. So we're going to import difflib. Why would I call it difflib? I think it means difference library, but let me just say we're going to import the difflib library, or let me say we're going to import the difference library. Well, basically, it's called difflib. No too much talk. Sorry, give me a second. Uh, really, dude. Okay, you guys can go and sit down and study about um the library, right? I'm just skipping through the video so that I don't bore you with some unnecessary things for now. The reason why, okay, I'm still going to send the video like I said, so that we understand, you know, the whole thing. So I'm just going to on a bit. All right. Okay. All right. So use that difflib stuff. Come on, this thing. This is one thing I don't like about what is it called? It's always giving you too much warnings and errors and all. But anyways, it's all good. Uh, okay. All right. So we're going to use dflip now, and for you to import, okay, we're actually going to use a module inside of dflip. So we're going to do from dflip, please follow me, from dflip import get close matches, right? We're going to be using this get close matches, sorry, color. Okay, we're going to be using this get close matches function. I think it's a function. Yes, it's a function. So we're going to be using that get close matches function to get the closest matches to our users words. Like that's the word that they asked, right? We're going to find a way to get like the closest word to it. There's a whole algorithm and mathematics behind everything, right? And that is explained in the videos, but I've literally skipped everything because of time. And like I said, I'll send you guys the video so that you get to understand how everything works. It's just how the library works that the guy was explaining. But I'm just going to use some functions in the library to show you that in Python you don't literally need to be like sitting down and be writing mass algorithms and all that. There's a lot of algorithm in maths, in Python, in programming basically. But the beautiful thing is that most of these algorithms have been done by people and put into libraries that we use today, right? Do you get? So basically, if you want to understand how everything is working, how the guys, how the library works, how it is being detected and all that, you should watch the videos that I'll be sending to you guys. So I'm just going to start from, so I've imported my get close matches, right? Now I'm going to start from here, right? So if our data is in, if our word is in data, we're going to return the meaning of the word, right? Now, if our word is not in data, right? And then it is also, it's not like as if it is not in data. Oh. That particular word that was passed, if it is like they passed a wrong spelling, what we want to do is right here, we want to do elif, right? Want to return, want to return the you mean. So I'm just going to, I don't like using this, what they call it. Oh, sorry. I'm looking at the best format to use. You know, I like using this F. This, why is this? Oh, sorry. I wrote elif. I didn't write a statement for the elif. Okay, so we're going to do else if length of get close matches the word and then data dot keys, right? Keys. I can't even see. Okay, if it's greater than 0. All right. So okay. So like I said, if you want to understand like all these and all that, go and watch the video. I'll send the video to you guys. So you watch the whole video. But what's going on here is that we're getting close matches, right? So what we're doing is this is the word, right? And then these are the keys. Just imagine like let's say this is our JSON now. We have every word in the dictionary, right? From A to Z, we have all the words in the dictionary. So you know, in diction, in what's it called? Dict, which is actually dictionary, anyways. In dict in Python, data type, you access the keys by doing data dot keys. You guys remember? So this is all the keys. This data dot keys is going to return all the keys for me. Do you get? it's going to return all the keys in this JSON file for me, right? And then this is our own word that we dropped. So what we're doing here is we're getting close matches. That means we're getting like the words that are very close to this W, to this particular word that the user passed. Let's say the user passed, let's just say that W is equals to rain, right? No, let me do W, rain. Let me even do rain, right? That's not a word, but then I don't even know if that's a word. But then um we're passing this W. So it's going to check in all the keys. That's all the words that we have in the dictionary. It's going to check any word that looks like this rain. Now, like I said, there's a maths and algorithm behind it, but then let's just forget about that and let's go on with this. So it's to find the words that looks like this rain, right? And the words that look like rain are words like rain, rain, and a lot of them like that, sha. You get. So it's going to get them in a list, right? That's why we're checking. So if we do, in fact, let me just I think I just have to at the end of the day explain this thing to you guys. Um let me use the Python console. Hopefully we understand. But I just want to show you guys something. So I'm just going to do this, right? Then I'll also do this, right? Then I'll do this, right? Oh no, come on. No file. Which directory am I in? Mm, okay, guys. I kind of have an error with this. So let me just go on ahead and explain how this works. Let me go again. Sorry, my dad was distracting. So basically, like I was saying, this would return us a list. I'm trying to show you guys that it will actually return a list. Let me just open Jupyter Notebook because I need you guys to understand, and I don't want to be like just explaining anything. It seems like I'll just open my VS Code back. Okay, so why VS Code is opening anyways? So I'll open VS Code and open this project inside of VS Code. Okay. So basically, you see this function here, right? This guy is going to return a list for us, right? Let's say list, right? It's going to return a list for us. This get close match is going to return a list of words that are very close to the particular word that we passed. It's going to get that list for us. And then we are getting the length of the list. Do you understand? That's what we're doing. We're getting the length of the list. Now we're saying that if that length of the list is greater than 0, that means that at least there's a word inside. If it is greater than 0, that means at least there's one, like there's at least one match. Do you get? There's at least one match in that list. So if there's at least one match, we're going to tell them that um did you mean this particular word. Now I don't want to use this, so I'm going to use this my regular formatting that I like. So I'm going to do did you mean this instead. So we're going to get the first match. Remember, there are a lot of matches. I told you it's a list. So we're going to get the first match. Remember that this, in fact, um, hmm, Where should I check this thing now? Okay, let me just do it straightforward. I hope you guys understand. All right. So what we're doing is not even this. We're going to get the first one. Okay. So what we're doing is, I told you that this is a list, right? This get close matches function returns a list. So this is it here, get close matches. But then we are getting the first match in that list. As you can see, I'm slicing it to get the first item in that list, right? I'm going to run this and I'm going to write the word rain. As you can see, it's telling me, did you mean rain instead? Do you get? If I say get the second, get the, or you know what, I'm just going to print. In fact, let me just, oh, this is what I wanted to do since. Let me just print this for you guys and see. Why is it giving me error? So I'm just going to run this and I'm going to enter the word rain. You guys can see, this is what I wanted to do. Close this. Big. Close. Thank you. Okay, so as you guys can see, it's returned three words for me, right? And the first one is rain, the second one is train, and the third one is rainy. Mind you, all these three words are very, very close to the word rain with small with two ends at the back. Let me rerun and let me do rain. As you can see, it is returning three words again with rain, train, and ramen. Interesting. Let's do with so you can literally try any word. You guys can try any word, but try and like make a mistake or try and do a misspelling of it. So I'm very interested in, let me say rain. No, yeah, I think you literally have to put that in. So let me see. Okay, as you can see, this one says rain, racing, and rain. Have you rain or what's this? I don't even understand the English there. All right, I'm trying to get the word rain. Okay, you can see the first word rain, rain, and training. Okay, basically, I think what we should do is, in the sense, I mean, this is nice, right? In the sense that it tells us, oh, did you mean rain instead? Right? For now, we are saying, did you mean only one word? So what I want to do now is, did you mean rain or training? And if you note, right, it's always returning three. It's always returning three. What they call it for us? It's always returning three matches, right? For us, only three matches. And let's look at this get close matches function. As you can see, if you are wondering how I got there, if you press alt, I think even on VS Code is the same thing. If you press alt and click on the function, right? Click on this get close matches function. So if you press alt and you click on this get close matches function, it takes you here, right? That is like where they've written it. And like I told you, it's a standard library, is inside Python itself. So as you can see, you see word, you see possibilities, and then you see this n is equals to 3. This n is equals to 3 means how many I think it means maximum that we should return, basically. Do you get, like, how many do you want me to return? That's why we've been getting 3, because it sets to 3 by default. And then you can see this cutoff here, 0.6. Like I said, there's a mathematics about it. So the cutoff is like a ratio that kind of says, okay, if I compare the words and the cutoff is like 1, don't even consider it. You know, for 1 is very large, or if it's something like 0 point something, it's tiny. Do you guys get? I hope you understand me. If you watch the video, you understand more. My time is up, so I'll just like use 5 minutes to rush things. So you can see word possibilities and then number um of possibilities actually. So let me just come here and let me set that this let me set let me just when we're printing, let me just do get close matches data dot keys, then let me do n is equal to, so I'm going to do n equals to 5 so that it prints at least 5 matches for us. So I'm going to do rain. So as you can see, it's printing 5 matches for us now, as you can see. So it's printing rain for us, it's printing training, it's printing rainy, and it's printing green, right? And then although here it's just asking us, oh, did you mean rain, right? Instead. The reason why it's saying this is because we've told it to, did you mean the first one, right? We did 0, slicing the first one. So what I want to do now is, did you mean rain? Or did you mean rain? Or so here we can do the second one. Or we'll do, did you mean rain, comma, right? Did you mean rain, comma, um did you mean rain, training, or train instead? I hope you guys understand what I'm doing. I know that the way I'm writing this code now is kind of very messy. So what we are doing is, did you mean the first one, the second one, or the third one? I mean, we're just going to show them at least 3. Do you guys? There are more, but we can't be telling them everything. Or we can say, did you mean any of this? And then we print the whole thing. But basically, let's just do this. Yeah, let's just do this, right? And I go rain. As you can see, it's telling me, did you mean rain, train, or raining instead? Do you get? Let me stop printing this to the user. But basically, you can see that this function returns a list for us. Now, I want to make my code neater, very, very neater. And when I knit it up, I'm just going to, when I knit it up, I'm just going to stop the class, basically. So like I said, this is our matches, right? This is our matches, right? So instead of us doing that whole stuff there, we're just going to get the length of our matches, right? And then we're going to be doing our matches. The first one, matches the second one, and matches the third one. So I've gotten so used to VS Code. Okay, so basically, if I'm to run this now, you can see it tells me, I just want to show you that it's the same thing. Instead of me writing this get close matches everywhere, I put it here, I put it here, I put it here, I put it here. I just set a variable, right? Right? And then the variable, I call it as many times I want to call it. So here I go rain, and boom, as you can see, it tells me, did you mean rain? Did you mean rain, training, or train? So I want to do a, oh, I think you guys, okay, I think that's the end. That's all. Yeah, basically that is all. The other thing we can do to it is maybe put a yeah, actually, maybe put a loop. And that loop is going to be while true loop. So it's going to be while true. So what while true is going to do basically is going to just keep on asking the user the question as many times as possible until the user basically stops the kini, And there's actually more functions you can, there's actually more you can do, right? You can say enter a word, right? And then you can say, hold on. So we're just going to print, just going to print, um, enter, enter Q, enter Q to exit. Actually, we're not going to do this now. So you know it's an app, so we can add functionalities like this. And what we're going to do here actually is we're just going to do if word is equals to Q. Is it break? Yes, I think it's break. I hope it works. Break. Yes. You're not even going to print the word. So we're going to break the loop. I hope you guys kind of understand me. So let me run this. And first thing I'll do is I'll just test what I did. Enter Q. It's going to stop. Can you see? But let me run this again. So if I do rain, it tells me, did you mean rain? Enter Q to exit, right? Oh, no, 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 no. Should I do? Let me put enter Q to exit here. I'm just making it more user readable. If you guys understand me, I'm not doing anything much to it. So it says enter Q to exit from the beginning, and I go rain. Or it's like, did you mean rain, train, or raining? And I'm like, oh, I meant rain actually. So it gives me the meaning of rain. Now I want it to give me, so okay, you guys assignment, right? Instead of returning a list, right? Instead of returning a list, I want you to return each of these meanings. Like return this one first, and then the next line you return this one. I hope you guys understand me. It's something like instead of returning the whole list, you're going to return I might do it as well as just do it for you guys because it's nothing really. So I'm just going to do if, where is it? If W in data and if um if data W, I'm not doing anything basically, just checking the length of the list, which is this list, this big list. I'm checking it to see if it is greater than is it 1 or 0? If it's greater than 1, yes, to see if it is greater than 1 actually. If it is greater than 1, oh no, 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 actually no, no. The best thing to use here is a for loop. Yes. So we're going to do for let me say for meaning in in this, right? Return meaning. I hope you guys understand this. It's very, there's nothing that I'm doing that is special. Return the meaning. Um so is it going to print each of the meaning? Let's see if this works because I don't even understand what that will output. So if I say rain, it just return the first one. This for loop doesn't work. So I want it to return the first one and also return the second one. Hmm. That's you guys' assignment. I don't want to take your time. Except if you want to sit down here and start cracking my head to do that one. But I know there's a way you can do that. So yes, that's you guys' assignment. Try and figure it out, Sha. You can check the video. That's on your own, but I advise you to figure it out. So yeah, basically, and trust me, there are some things you will not see on the video. It's not everything that he did that I did, or it's not everything that I did that he did. You get like this cute thing. I don't think you find it. I just like making playing around with my own project. So yes, I think that is all for that. The next class we're going to, which is on Friday, we're going to do like I told you guys now. I don't have anything I'm teaching you again. If you don't understand anything, go and read by yourself. I'm sorry if I'm being rude, but then you guys know that we're moving with speed. Um, yes, so next class we're going to look at some projects. We're going to look at some projects. I'm thinking of the assignment to give you guys. Don't tell I'll give an assignment. But yeah, this one is your first assignment. Print each of the meanings. Like the first meaning will be like this, right? And then the second one will be on the second line. You guys get. All right. With that being said, without questions, suggestions, or anything else, I think I can end the meeting. Am I correct? Okay. So I'm going to end it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. See you guys on Friday. Thank you very much for coming. Bye.